If you're anything like me, you've probably walked into an art store and you've seen the golden paint section and you think, wow, these look amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on these. And then you go and you find out the price and you think, wait, why are these so expensive? With so many options, high flow, fluid, heavy body, open acrylics, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Are they really worth the hype and the price? Today I'm going to break down exactly why I use golden paints in my studio and which ones are a must-have and whether they're worth your investment. Here's what you need to know. Some paints, I'm not going to name any names, they dry plasticky, dull, cheap, and they're full of fillers that make paintings look bad. These paints also make mixing color really difficult because they come pre-mixed with multiple colors and you don't know always what's in them, making them really difficult, and sometimes you'll get really muddy colors when you mix them. So what's different about golden? They dry rich, meaning they have a high quality finish. They come in gloss, satin, and matte. They come in different types, which make it really easy for different purposes depending on what you're trying to do. Their colors are the most flexible I've ever seen personally for color mixing. They come in a clean, pure pigment that make color mixing a complete dream. They work with mediums and they don't have any chemistry problems. So the different types are high flow, which is great for dripping, airbrushing, fine line work. I like to use them for really thin layers to build up transparency and depth. Then there is fluid, which is a little bit more dense, and this is perfect for glazing, smoothing, blending, and again, layering. The biggest difference is high flow is more milky, and this is just a little bit thicker, but still quite fluid. And then you have heavy body, which is what a lot of people commonly think of when they use acrylic paint. This has quite a bit of medium in it that makes it a little bit thicker. Heavy body is thick, buttery, great for texture and brush bold work. So Flat is exactly what it says. It's matte for a crisp, clean, velvety color, and it's completely matte and really beautiful. And then you have open. Open acrylics are great because they're a little bit different. They stay open longer, meaning they don't dry as quickly as other acrylic paints. But they're made based on golden, so all the colors match. They stay wet longer. They're perfect for blending and really having the truest representation to the way that an oil painter might paint. I have never personally gotten into oils, but I can tell you there are so many benefits to open paint. I love them, and they're perfect if you're looking for slow drying techniques and you get frustrated by the acrylic drying so fast. What I love about the acrylics in golden is they store really nicely. The open acrylics are great for leaving in a palette like this. This is just a plastic container that I use. The lid is the base, and then I will cover it and seal it and use those paints for weeks. I haven't found that they dry on me any quicker than I actually use them. So if you're looking to save your paints, containers that are completely sealed are great for that. This works great for open acrylic paints. So as you can see, a little bit goes a long way if you're looking for really good coverage, really reliable pigments that mix really well together. This is one of the main reasons why I love golden paints in particular, and why I'm always defaulting to my go-to colors. And I use their titanium white as my go-to white, as it mixes well to make tints and pastels as well. So when you pick a few key colors in the colors that you like, and again, the colors are so pure, you can get a lot accomplished with having only 6 colors and your favorite mediums. That's how I started with golden paints. I started buying a few key colors that I knew would make a difference to my work. And because the quality is so good, they definitely have the ability to extend, meaning you can extend it further by adding mediums. And that is exactly how I've gotten into them and how I use them. So are they worth the hype and the investment? In my opinion, absolutely yes. I think they make such a difference in the studio. And whether you're looking for a velvety finish or something that has more sheen to it, you don't even have to add gloss mediums to it. They already come with beautiful finishes. And the pigments alone, I have to say, are so worth the effort because you can always desaturate, make a clean color with these pigments dirtier, meaning a little bit duller, like a dusty pink. But if you buy a brand that has colors that are already dusty, you can't really make them brighter and change them. So what I love about Golden is you have so much flexibility with mixing all sorts of beautiful colors. You can make them clean and bright. You can make them pastel by tinting them. You can make them more desaturated. You can make them really, really rich, deep, dark depths. So there's a lot of options that you get with Golden, and pretty much Golden is 99.9% in my work. And I've tried lots of different brands, but I will say hands down, this is where I always land. It never disappoints, and I'm always excited to play with Golden. So I'll do more color videos in the future explaining how I use the color. But if you've been on the fence about Golden, just pick a few key colors that you think would be really interesting to try and see how they transform your work as a finish, or maybe it's more saturated. There's so many ways to use it. So trust me, you'll see the difference when you try it out. If you're anything like me, you'll like these little ones that are in the High Flow brand. They're small, but they're a great way to test out color. So if you like it and you want to test a little bit, the High Flow is a great little inexpensive way to test it and try 1 or 2 colors or 3 and see how you like it before you invest in a huge set. And the reason why I love these is because I can extend my paints so much. In fact, my art shop always kept saying, "You're not buying enough paints." And I truly believe because I used Golden as the base, and I was able to extend it based on what I was trying to do. So you don't need to buy all the colors. You need to pick carefully and wisely so that you can extend it and make the most of your paintings. So if you're interested in knowing more about mediums, go check out my acrylic painting mediums video, and I go into detail on how I extend my paints with acrylic mediums, and I explain the differences in mediums and what they do for my work, and how to pick your best mediums based on the kind of work that you want to make. I'll see you in the next video.